somehow you gotta do it differently. For me personally, I can share my personal experience when I first started with my first pathway, which is called innovative planning. At that time, I also spent 2 years. And now, even in my second pathway, it's also another almost 2 years as well. So I can say 2 plus 2, 4 years to get 2 pathways. How about you? How many pathways are you using to be completed within 4 years? Maybe some of us would be good at fighting, good at doing your project. Somehow you can just do it within a year. I don't know. But maybe some of us who are having struggles in their time management as well as their priorities. So we may have to take a lot of times in completing one pathway. So may I hear from you guys, how many no, not how many pathway, because now the 11th pathway has changed already. So you may following by the new trends of pathway. Even the pathway itself also have a trends, right? So now we are trying to continue with the trends. May I hear from you? Maybe our Toastmasters, you got to know it already. But I just want to hear from you again. So in one pathway, how many levels that you need to complete in order to successfully complete a pathway? Yeah. May I hear from you guys? Maybe someone in the room. Yeah.
5.
So virtual meeting as well. 5. But while the other some special projects, they might have other levels as well. So now let me introduce you to those 5 levels. You gotta learn something differently. In first level, what have you learned? You will start doing your first speech, which is called an icebreaker speech, which is in level 1.1, where you got to introduce yourself to the clubs as a whole, where it's in your first start to actually get into yourself, where you want to develop yourself as a public speaker. Because in the icebreaker speech, you got to introduce yourself as well as to get to know more about Toastmasters, and also let the Toastmaster member to get to know you more as well. That was a great start for us in the level 1. And then following that level, in the sync level, you're required to do 4 projects. Do you know why? Because in each project, we help you to actually equip with new skills. And there, in the level 1.2, you got to do another project as well, which is to create any kind of speeches with just to make sure that you can have a proper introductions, body, and conclusion in level 1.2. That was also another interesting things where we can start creating different kind of speeches, whether it's about narrative speech, motivational speech, or inspirational speech. I don't know which choice is yours, but my choice was to do the motivational speech at the time. It was so frightened at first, but because of the power of doing it now, it helped us to actually level up ourselves from one level to another. Because I got to experience how frightened we are whenever we give a speech in front of people, especially new strangers. So this is very unique for all of us to actually start our speech. And this is how I improve myself. Because before I joined Toastmasters, it was a very challenging time where I was a broken English speaker who even didn't say a words about English. Because most of the time, when we study in class, most of the time we did is to listen to the teachers, and whenever the teacher asks, we just answer directly to the question. But after the end of the class, what did we learn? Of course, we learn a lot of things, but we don't know how to use all of those stuff, right? That's why here we have a place where we can practice ourselves more and be more confident, as well as to be fluent in English as well. That is the reason why I take my first steps, because of being a curious person, as well as being a broken English speaker. I started to realize that I have to do something about it. I cannot wait for that. I have to do something about it. That's why today is about now and never. If you don't do it now, you will never get it. Even the public speaking itself, it required a consistent learning and practicing as well. That's why finding a place where you can learn and practice yourself, it would help you so much. especially in Toastmaster like this. So this is my second pathway. In my 1.1.2 level. And then 1.3, you will see another level where you have to challenge yourself, doing further speech, receiving feedbacks before you can complete your level 1. That's just a level 1. Do you know how many months did I prepare for this? At least 3 months, ladies and gentlemen. That takes a lot of time. When I graduate my one pathway, I'm feeling like I'm graduating from the university now. Yeah, because you have to spend a lot of time doing those kind of projects over there. And at the end of the day, you got to be improved, right? So let's just enjoy doing it. Now, I will introduce you to the level 2. In level 2, it's time for you to discover yourself. You get to know about yourself more, as well as to understand what is your leadership styles. At the same time, you get to express more about how do you feel when you got mentoring program from others, as well as with your mentor. This is very important for all of us. At the time, there will be a selective way we just selected a project, which is to do the inspirational speech. And the second selection is about to do a toast. I create a toast and I enjoy doing it. It's like a toast that I have never done before. Maybe in a special occasion, we would just go there and say something, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for us to chill for this New Year's resolution, as well as it's time for us to be ready for the new and upcoming years. And then we can give a toast. If you never joined Toastmasters, we have never known about it. But in Toastmasters, you got to explore it. And I guarantee you, you're going to love it. Because I did it. I love it too. Now it's in the second level. Now let's move to third level. In third level, you also have a chance to do something else as well. You got to do some longer speech, which is a moderation speech, as well as in another kind of speech as well. You got to do those kind of things. And here is in the level 3, and you got to discover how do you actually do the speech where there's a lot of audience out there just go there and annoying you. And somehow you have to make sure that you stay calm, relax, and go smoothly with your speech. And at the end of the day, you also get a chance to engage with your audience as well. Not only that, but also you got to use to another project which is called Q&A as well, question and answer section in those kind of situations as well in the elective projects, where you got to explore more about how do you actually answer your audience questions. Some questions will be easy, but some questions maybe not very easy like that. Now let's move to level 4. In level 4, you got to explore something even further. You got to do a project. At the time, I were also proposing for creating a podcast. I create a podcast for myself. If you want to know what it is, go to my Tech Talks. I post it there. Let's go there and watch it. How did I do it? You gotta love it. Even those, I made some mistakes, but I love those kind of mistakes when creating podcasts. Yeah, I imagine myself doing my podcast, sitting in front of camera with several people. I invited them with me to actually shooting a video together. But I love those moments. And those moments help me to do more podcasts, to create more videos. It can be inspirational video or educational videos, as well as maybe in the future, I can create a vlog. If you guys are interested in seeing me traveling to anywhere, follow my TikTok and Facebook, then you can see it. So this is the best way for us to learn, as well as to upgrade our skill to become a professional one as well. Ladies and gentlemen, in our last project now, I am doing now, which is about creating projects, and some projects will take more than 3 months. And one of my projects, it takes 6 months, which is to lead an organization. I got to be an area director to complete this project. It took me 1 year to actually complete this project. Ladies and gentlemen, whenever you heard about this, you may say, it's too tough, it's too difficult for you, right? But because of those difficulties, it shaped me to become who I am today. So how about you? Are you willing to take that challenge right now? How many pathways would you like to complete? And how many challenges would you like to deal with it? And do you want to do it now? Or are you still waiting? And when are you going to do it if you are still waiting right now? So today, I challenge you going back home and start doing what you want to do right now. Because if you don't do it now, the word now will become never. Now and never, ladies and gentlemen, the choice is yours, but my choice is to do it now. Over to our Toastmaster of the day.